Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dawgz and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dawgz and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show here for today. All right, with us today on the show, we got Jovan Burts, we got Goran Kucar, Brad Francis, Chris Ruffolo, service co-host, and Ninos. And this is how the lineup for this evening. Francis, Ninos, Burts, Ruffolo, Kucar, and I will close this one out. All right, Chris, here we are on the eve of the Final Four.
Yeah, Tony, it's crazy. Not that long ago, we were bracing ourselves for 130-game college basketball Saturdays, and now we're down to a whole 2 games. Final Four, got 4 blue bloods in there, but still some great basketball I think is going to happen on Saturday.
Yeah, sure. We're looking forward to Saturday's action. Should be great. But we got some action tonight here on the hardwood. Got a good 10-game NBA card, some hockey. So let's get the show started. Let's go ahead and welcome Brad Francis, who's been on fire in the NBA this year. Brad, how's it going?
Doing well. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go. 10:30 Eastern Time. The Lakers here will be at home here hosting the Pelicans here, with the Pelicans favored now 1, total 231.
Yeah, Tony and Chris, I do not do this often, but give me the Lakers to win this game outright. Looks like LeBron is going to play, and there's a chance Anthony Davis will return tonight as well. And really, it's do or die time for the Lakers. You know, they still have an opportunity to make a push again to the play-in tournament. And, you know, if LeBron and Anthony are still healthy, who knows what this team could do in the playoffs. And, you know, when LeBron, Anthony, and Westbrook have played together on the same court, they've played well. They've only played 20 games together this season, but they do have a winning record when all 3 of them are on the court, and they've looked good. So if all 3 of these guys could play tonight, I like the angle there. And the last time these teams played, the Lakers blew a 20-point lead and lost. The Pelicans are also undefeated against the Lakers this season. So, you know, I see a revenge angle here. I just can't see the Lakers getting swept this season by this Pelicans team. And, you know, the Lakers, they've been a tough team to watch, but most of those games have been on the road. I mean, they're 11-27 on the road, but 20-18 at home, which still isn't great, but it just shows the huge difference of caliber of play when, you know, this Lakers team is playing in or at Staples Center, and tonight is a home game. So I also like that there. So I'm going to roll the dice with the Lakers. I would bet this thing. I'll probably wait till like maybe 10 to 20 minutes before the game just to see who is playing tonight, and then make a decision there. But yeah, I'm loving the Lakers here.
All right, Brad, here we'll be here on the Lakers here, money line minus 105 here against the New Orleans Pelicans. All right, Chris, yeah, a lot of question marks here regarding Anthony Davis and LeBron James. The latest I see here is from the Orange County Register here, still reports that James as questionable here for Friday's game. And also Anthony Davis here questionable. He was probable going into last night. I think everyone felt that he would be ready to go. Here's the latest here on Anthony Davis showing here officially questionable. He is planning to play, but they're listing him here as questionable here in this game.
Yeah, I think Brad hit the nail on the head here. I think I would wait, you know, take a wait and see approach with who actually gets announced to play for the Lakers tonight, because if you see Anthony Davis back in the lineup, I've said before, he's the glue that holds this team together, even if he's on a minute restriction. So you know, I think if Davis comes back into the lineup, I would go with the Lakers. He seems to bring an uplift to this team. But anything else would either be a switch to the Pelicans or a no play for me. So I would definitely take the wait and see approach on this one.
You know, Brad, it's not so much attention here on Davis and Anthony and James is the fact that the Lakers supporting cast seem to be pretty much intact now. There doesn't seem to be any of them on the report.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like what Chris said, if we could get Davis back in this one, I like them a lot, but it's just a wait and see game.
Lakers,
that, you know, their team is pretty healthy.
Yeah, Lakers money line minus 105 against the Pelicans. This one will have a start time here of 10:30 Eastern Time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pig Dawgz Premium here for tonight. 10 games on the NBA board. You're doing fine work here in the NBA. 1,859 units of profit, all documents. So if you visit Brad's profile page over at Pig Dawgz, you can see every play that he's released, fully transparent, fully documented tonight. Also showing good profit in the NHL as well. So here we go, a 10-game card here from the NBA. Got some hockey going on as well, and a big Final Four weekend coming up. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, so I had a 3-pack. I believe that college basketball game started at 6, so that package probably isn't available anymore. But tomorrow I'll have plays on both Final Four games and also some NBA plays. So check that out. And, of course, I've got the 3-day, 7-day, 30 pass as well. So a lot of stuff on the side.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dawgz Premium. You see the numbers here showing great profit in the NBA, 1,859 units of profit. Also showing profit here in the NHL. Good time to get on board with one of Brad's. As he mentioned, his long-term passes. He does have the 3- and 7-day all sports pass. That 7-day pass will get you covered here with Brad Francis with his Final Four. Right, we get right to Monday's action here, as well as the NBA for 7 days. Of course, the start of baseball is Thursday, so you get opening day baseball with that 7-day pass with Brad Francis, as well as his NHL selections. Of course, get on board with that. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. It's even greater value there. All right, Brad, as always, great having you on the show. Have a great evening. We'll talk with you next week. But I know at times you do contribute to that weekend show.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the weekend show Saturday and Sunday. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on Sunday. All
right, some free picks there from Brad Francis, sitting top leaderboards in the NBA this season. Keep up that great work. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, have a good weekend, guys. Thank you.
You got it. Brad Francis here on The Drive Thru. Let's continue on with the coverage here, joined by Chris. Hey, reminder, just be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started every single day with the morning show on the weekends here. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time, as it always is during the week. We've got Mitch with his 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then Joe Mannon joins him in. And, of course, they have a format here where the cappers from The Drive Thru join Mitch and Joe with giving out free picks. We have long-term discussions as well. Sometimes you'll see all 4 in a box, and they go at it for a while. So really good programming here when you tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern time to Mitch and Joe in the mornings here on the weekend. Of course, I know Chris contributes as well as a lot of the cappers here from the drive-thru. And of course, we always ask for help. Help us up our audience, Chris, with those likes, those thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely. Each and every one of them helps us out, regardless of, if we reach our like goal, which we actually have been, more often than not on the drive-thru. But either way, thank you guys for the love and support, because without you guys watch our YouTube live shows, our videos, whatever, Pick Dawgz wouldn't be where it is today without your support. So thank you guys for giving us those likes and those thumbs up. And speaking of that like goal, we'll do another one today. 150 likes get you 2 plays for tonight, 2 VIP level plays. You got a player prop from the NBA as well as an NHL play. And we never sleep around here. I'm always scouring to see if maybe I can find a third. So, but we'll at least get you 2 plays for sure. We need 150 likes to get there.
150 likes. Keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. We greatly appreciate it. Of course, we will also have Tony Brown's pick for you. We have it here. We'll have it on the recap. Could not be on the show today, but he did say he would, whether he was up in the air. But we know we hit the like goals on Thursday. He comes in with a free pick. We do have his play here for you. And, of course, he's been hot on the ice. It'll be on the ice, so stay tuned for that during our recap. Let's continue on here with the show. Let's go over to Skype and welcome Ninos to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Al, what's happening?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. 7 Eastern time. The Wizards still clinging to life somehow. This team is pretty much on death watch. I think they're a game away from being out of the playoffs. I think it's they're either a win by the 10th seed, a loss by them, and it's all over. Mavericks here on the road here, laying 7.5, total 217.
Yes, they are, and obviously the much better team here, which is why they're laying this big number. I usually don't like laying more than 2 possessions, but I think this is a spot we can do it here with the Mavericks. They've been playing real good basketball, and they really like beating up on these weaker teams. The Wizards coming off a rare win, what's becoming even more rare by the day. But yeah, they're up against a much tougher team today. I mean, this isn't the Magic they'll be facing, so expect them to have a rough one here. Yes, they'll be at home, but without their 2 best players, it's going to be a rough night. So I'll lay the points with the Mavericks.
All right, we can't update here. We're looking at the updates on the records. As of last night, it showed Washington and the Knicks still with life. That's not this case any longer. The Knicks and the Wizards have been eliminated from the playoffs, so we know the 1 through 10 will compete sometime in the postseason. So we know the 10 teams in the playoffs here. I don't really want to call the play-in round playoffs, so we know the 10 teams that will compete following the regular season here. Of course, Atlanta and the Hornets and the Brooklyn Nets, all with identical records here in the 8, 9, and 10 seed. But officially, the Wizards have been put to bed. They are out of the playoffs. So right now, the focus, El Ninos here, is on the Dallas Mavericks, who sit as the 3 seed. Of course, they're holding a 2-game lead in the loss column over the Jazz, who are the 5 seed here, as you're looking here for home court in that first round.
Yeah, it's a tight race for that third spot in the West, and yeah, they still think they gotta go out there and win these games. I mean, home court is huge and even bigger in the playoffs. So, I mean, you know how important it is. So, all these teams would rather be playing at home, or at least have the edge there. But yeah, I don't expect the Mavericks to. They've clinched their playoff spot, but again, I still think they're fighting for position. So, I expect them to play well still here tonight.
The home court in the first round still they're fighting for here. Of course, Wizards officially out of the playoffs. No Kuzma in the lineup here for Washington. It is Mavericks laying 7.5 against the Wizards. This one will have a start time of 7 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. Right now, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium. We've been putting up some great numbers here. Look at the numbers in the NHL. 1,528 units of profit. Also showing great profit here in the NBA with 929 units of profit. Both leagues here in action tonight. A 10-game card here from the NBA. We also have some hockey and a Final Four weekend. What do you have going on over at the site?
Well, I did have a 3-pack. My college basketball went off, but I still have my best play in the NBA, best bet in the NHL, and an extra NHL play for everyone on long-term pass. So your best bet is definitely going with one of those long-term passes to get all the plays tonight, or pairing me up with another capper for the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Ninos over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Great numbers in the NBA, great numbers in the NHL. Of course, he's also showing profit here last 7 days, coming off a huge day yesterday. So he's got power play action here from the NHL. Also from the NBA, again, that long-term pass is the way to go. 3-day pass, get the Friday, Saturday, Sunday action from Ninos, or that 1-month all sports pass. Now, 1-month pass will get you all of Al's plays for the remainder of the NCAA tournament, as well as the NBA here, which is winding down its regular season. We're getting into the play-in rounds very shortly. And of course, the first round, those eight series, will tip off April 16th and April 17th, Easter weekend. Those 4 games on Saturday, those 4 games on Sunday. So that 1-month all sports pass will get you locked in for that first round series of the NBA playoffs, which is going to be intense. At least from the Eastern Conference, it should be. And of course, you'll also get the NHL, which ends its regular season at the end of this month, April 29th. So you're in there with the rest of the remainder of the regular season NHL into the first round of the playoffs with the NBA with Al Ninos 1-month all sports pass. And don't forget baseball, which starts Thursday. So we got Al Ninos is heavily in action in baseball. He just got a closer for his Dodgers. He's feeling good about the season. All right, Al Ninos, as always, have a great evening. And we'll talk with you next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
That's right. Should be on there tomorrow morning and Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you check those out. Mitch and Joe in the morning, and the rest of us, whoever makes it. It's usually a pretty good show.
Yeah, I got a lot of FaceTime over there on the Pick Dawgz channel. Pretty soon we should start seeing you put some videos out.
Always ready for them.
All right, they ought to get you out.
Me, so.
They ought to, hell, all the work you've been putting in, at least you should get some standalone videos up there. All right, Al, have yourself a great night.
Cheers, Tony.
You got it. Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. I want to see Chris's reaction. I didn't say a very stoic reaction there. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. Here, joined by Chris. Chris, what do we say with our like goal?
That's funny. We're at 32 likes right now. 87 people watching, so we're slowly getting to our goal, but got to get those likes in. Got to get to 150 for our like goal tonight, where you'll get an NHL play as well as an NBA player prop that I think we can make some money with. You parlay those two up. I'm seeing one of them at plus 560. So, guys, get the likes in. Sooner you get them in, sooner we can make you some money tonight.
All right, guys. Keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's see if we got him on the road. It's Jovan Burts. Jovan, how's it going?
I'm cooling right now, in the car, chilling, not driving. Almost got into an accident. Some clown came into the lane in the parking lot. Already got hit earlier this week, so it's been a bad week as far as driving.
Oh, yeah, man. Stay safe there, Jovan. Yeah, it can be kind of crazy out there at times. And we're going here to the NBA tonight at 8 Eastern time. Both teams in back-to-back. Bucks here to host the Clippers, and that was a game battle between the Bucks and Nets last night. So were the Clippers. The Clippers were in probably the 2 best games of the night last night. The Bucks here laying 3.5, total 217.5.
Yeah, and I have no choice but to rock with the under in this one. It's just, the NBA is like this. Big games like that, last night with both teams, they're going to rest guys. Well, in this one, they're resting basically the whole damn team, it seems like, or at least anyone who counts. For the Bucks, it's Giannis. He's out for rest. Drew Holiday, he's out. Chris Middleton, he's out. Robin Lopez, he's out. A couple other guys who, were injured, Brimby and all that. And for the Clippers, Paul George, he's out after, just 2 games of playing, coming back from his extended injury from December 22nd. Nick Batum, he's out. Reggie Jackson, he's out. So with all that production, where are the points going to come, consistently throughout the game? I don't see it. The Bucks at home, they're 4-0 in the last 4 home games to the under versus a team with the losing record, and 4-1, I believe, in their last 5 games to the under. So I think this game's shaping up to be a low scoring game, a lower scoring game, and should stay under that total.
All right, Jovan says go under the total here with the Clippers and the Bucks. All right, Chris, both teams in action in pretty intense battles last night.
Yeah, and I'm still a little bit I want to say salty about how that flagrant foul on Chris Middleton. I had to kind of shake my head after that one, but I do lean towards the under here mainly for a lot of the points Jovan made. I think with all the production that's going to be out of the lineup tonight, if these two teams were at full strength, I may have looked at the Clippers here. After such an emotional win for the Bucks last night, I think they were down 9 in like the final minute and a half and had to come back and win that one. But yeah, with so many guys out tonight, I think you got to go with the under first to 100 wins.
Clippers, Bucks, under total 217.5. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium, where you put up some great numbers here. 1,594 units of profit, 2022. That is all documented over at the site, showing good profit in the NBA this year. Good profit here yesterday, the last 7 days. 10-game board from the NBA. What do you have going in the Final Four weekend? What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on these books with my Take Flight Friday NBA 3-pack, 3 plays that once it cash, I'm going to love it. I only love it cash. So, that's where I'm at on that. You could catch me on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly, 2-for-1 Kappa promotional. The results speak for itself. NBA, I've been streaky, but right now, I'm on the winning side these last few days. I'm on the plus side with that. So, it's all here, Sports Chat Place and Pick Dawgz. Let's get it. We already know what it is on Saturday. Final Four, legendary young matchup, Duke versus North Carolina, and Villanova versus. You can't get no better, so come get it.
Come get it here with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dawgz. When you see the numbers here, for 2022, documented nearly 1,600 units of profit, showing great profit in the NBA this year. You can follow over in his profile page. You scroll down to pick history. Every play is documented and recorded there on the sites for you to see. Of course, tonight he's got his Take Flight Friday NBA 3-pack, his 3 best bets from this 10-game NBA card is yours. Affordable pricing, just $40. Of course, you can also go long-term with Jovan. We've talked about here that 30-day pass and what that will get you. 7-day pass as well, get you covered through the remainder of the Final Four. And of course, the start of baseball, which is Thursday, or that Thursday game, that's opening day. That will be part of the opening day baseball, will be part of that 7-day all sports pass. You get on board with that. Look for some passes up there from the Cappers for Major League Baseball season passes. NBA playoff passes should be coming up there soon. So a good time to get on board with Jovan Burts for this weekend action. You can add a second capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jovan, it's always great having you on the show. I won't hold you for the recap because I know you're commuting here, but have yourself a great night. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, on that note, I could still be here for the recap.
All right, we'll have you for
so
it.
it's up to you. Yeah. But yeah, so all right, so yeah, I'm here tomorrow and Sunday, giving out more free picks on the morning show. I'm always there. I'm gonna be there, so free picks galore.
Free picks galore. That's a show at 10 a.m. each time. He joins Mitch and Joe Madden. Of course, you can catch him on the YouTube channel from Pick Dawgz. He does offer some free picks as well. So give him take a look for Jovan Burts over at the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel and Saturday morning and Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, Jovan, it's always great having you on the show, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
You got it, Jovan Burts here on the drive. Let's continue on here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, so we got the numbers. We got 147 people, now 151 people watching, but only 53 likes. So, guys, get those likes in. Sooner you get them in, sooner we can make sure we get you those 2 plays for tonight's action. Like I said, you get an NHL play that I love, as well as an NBA player prop that I think is money tonight as well. And we've been hitting these like goal plays, so don't miss out on it. Get those likes in. We're at 56 right now. We need 150 to get to our goal.
All right, guys, keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. We greatly appreciate it. Help us get to that goal. We got some great picks here from Chris. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's Chris, front and center. We're going to the NBA tonight at 8 Eastern time. Features the Memphis Grizzlies here to host the Phoenix Suns. The Suns here on the road, 7.5-point favorites, total 229.
Yeah, Tony, this was a game that I kind of was looking at, mainly because obviously, the headline-worthy matchup of the Suns and the Grizzlies, 1 and 2 in the Western Conference. The Suns pretty much locked up first. There's a slim chance the Grizzlies will catch them, but now we're starting to see guys are sitting out, and we're seeing guys that are doubtful. Obviously we know Morant's out. At last glance, I was seeing names like, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Steven Adams, all doubtful. So this is one that we're going to have to keep monitoring close to tip-off. But I still think the line has shifted too far in Phoenix's Phoenix's direction, because, we can't forget the fact that this is a Grizzlies team that without Ja Morant in the lineup has still been playing close to 900 basketball. And I'm not saying they beat the Phoenix Suns outright tonight, but this 7.5 just feels like a lot for a deep Grizzlies team that has more than, just the top end guys, like I said, like Morant, like Desmond Bane. There's still guys like D'Anthony Melton on the roster, Dylan Brooks. And, I just think that too much is being pushed towards the Suns. We've seen undermanned lineups get covers in certain spots this year. I think this could be another one. Like I said, I just think the line has gone too far towards the Phoenix Suns. So I'm taking the Memphis Grizzlies in the points in this one.
Yeah, Chris says even though it's a laundry list here for the Grizzlies, they're resting Adams and a lot of players here tonight. At least they're shown as doubtful in this one. He likes the Memphis Grizzlies here, plus 7.5. Suns have nothing to play for. They're up 9 games on Memphis. Let's see, the Suns have played 76 games. They have 6 to play, so they've got first place wrapped up. They got home best record in NBA wrapped up. Now on the Pelicans side, they hold a 6-game lead in the loss column on the Mavericks for the 2 seed, and of course the Memphis Grizzlies with they've got 77 games played. 5 games remaining, a 6-game lead. They've already locked up the 2nd seed, so it's pretty much locked up. Both teams with nothing to play for. Grizzlies plus 7.5 here against the Suns, Chris. And of course, as we looked at now, it looks like the Grizzlies now have locked themselves in that 2 seed.
Yeah, and it's another one of those things where the line, the standings kind of were changing overnight. So now we see the Grizzlies now locked into the 2nd seed, and even in a game, with we want to say 2 teams with really little to play for, but pride and contractual obligations at this point. But we do have, bench players and role players that are playing for minutes. And I think that there's still, a lot of depth between these 2 teams. Depth to the point where I just think 7.5 is too many. Do I think the Suns win this game? There's a very good chance they do. But again, 7 to me seems like too many. I thought 4 to 5 points was about right. But again, I think it's just pushed too far in Phoenix's direction.
You brought up a good point here about players trying, competing here. Something that's very important that doesn't get reported here is being part of the playoff rotation for these backup players, because when you get exposure here on this lens and this stage in the playoffs, and you come in and produce good numbers here, and you've got your contract coming up, that's a lot of money. If you come in here and make some big shots, and we've seen it before where these guys come out of nowhere, have these great playoffs, get these big contracts, and then play their numbers, right?
Well, it's like you have a guy that seemingly comes out of nowhere that could have even, and I know maybe these numbers sound small to just the general better, but if you have a guy that comes off the bench and puts up 10 points in 3 or 4 games in a 7-game series, and like you said, he all of a sudden has a contract year, that could be an extra $5-6 million or an extra 2 years on a contract to keep him in the league, and all of a sudden he goes from maybe an 11th player in a 12-man rotation up to 7th or 8th and seeing more minutes. So yeah, exactly, Tony. That's kind of the mindset I think you have to take with a lot of teams that could be resting players down the stretch.
Yeah, because coaches are trying to figure out, okay, what's my playoff rotation going to be like? How am I going to match up against this? Can I use this guy against the Suns? There's a lot of this strategic stuff going on right now. I know the assistant coaches work really hard, but this is the time of the year when they're already looking at the playoffs, scouting the playoffs, getting their team ready for the playoffs, and figure out their personnel for the playoffs. And again, this is where the bench players can really improve their value to their team here, is first off, get the playoff minutes and to perform in the postseason. Chris here on the Grizzlies plus 7.5 against the Suns. This one will have a start time of 8 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Chris, what do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium on this 10-game NBA card with some hockey as well?
Well, Tony, last night I promised you guys we would take care of business in the NBA, and we did just that. And we're looking to replicate it 2 nights in a row. I can tell you this Grizzlies game not on the premium side, but I do have 3 games on the board that I absolutely love as part of my Friday 3-point play. I got that for $39.95, or guys, we always talk about long term. 3-day will now get you the national championship. We're at that point. And the week not only gets you the national championship in college hoops, get you some quality NBA. We've got loaded NHL cards on Saturday and Sunday. And we'll get you into opening day of Major League Baseball. The 30-day gets you basically the first almost month of the MLB season. The year gets you full seasons of all the major sports. You can pair me up with someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal, all the way up from 3 days up to 30. You can pair me up with Tony to get the host duo. You can pair me up with Jovan, Big Al, Little Al, Brad, Tony Brown. There's tons of options for you guys over at Pick Dawgz. You just got to go over and check them out, and keep in mind that MLB season pass is still up there. We still got a great price on it, but we're running out of time to take advantage of it. We are less than a week away before it goes up. So take advantage of that. You got to go over to pickdawgz.com to take advantage of every single savings out there.
That's right, guys. Got on board here with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dawgz Premium. He's got his NBA 3-point play up there. His 3 best bets from this 10-game card from the NBA. Affordable pricing, $39.95. But again, if you want to go long-term past that 3-day all-sports pass, a very affordable price here, $99. You get all of Chris's premium plays here for 3 days. Includes their Final Four here for a Saturday. I know a lot of the guys with these 3-day pass, just like in football, I could expect Chris to have his championship game in on Sunday, and that, of course, get that championship, and he will. So again, with that 3-day pass, that will include the final game of the NCAA tournament, which will tip off Monday, but Chris will have that play in Sunday. So those of you who purchased that 3-day all sports pass will be on board here with Chris's play from the national championship game, as well as all his NBA and NHL for this weekend. Of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. I'm joined here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with the like goal?
We did make a nice jump, but we still got some work to do. We got 87 likes right now. Got 180 people watching, so more than enough that if everybody that was watching just click the like button, click that thumbs up, doesn't cost you a cent. We get you 2 bonus plays for tonight's action, an NHL play that I love, as well as an NBA player prop that can make some money tonight. We're sitting around, I'll tell you, we have the player prop. The base player prop on its own sits around plus 145, but you can add on to it and get it around plus 325. So to get that information, though, you got to get to 150 likes. We're at 97 right now. All
right, let's keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time for our European soccer pick, and our man is Goran Kucar. You'll find him over at Pick Dawgz. Big day today in soccer. We'll get to that after the pick here because I know they had the World Cup draw, Goran, but we'll get to your play first. Goran, how you doing?
Hey Tony, hey Chris, I'm good. Finally, we are back to club soccer, and I gotta say I was pretty desperate over this last week and a half without the amount of games that we are used to. But
I could tell. I was watching you and Ashley break down some of these CONCACAF matchups: Panama, Canada, Mexico, Honduras. Man, that was some great matchups there for you guys. MLS also.
You know, we are desperate when we have to talk about El Salvador and Honduras and teams like that.
I just love when Ashley said about Team USA, he goes, they just look like an MLS team to me.
Yeah, she really hates MLS teams and the USA national team.
No, she was upset that they lost to Panama, but they already clinched it in. As long as you lose by 6, you get in, or 6 or more. I think it was 7 they had to lose by. But anyway, all right, here we go into the Bundesliga here for action between Borussia Dortmund and Leipzig.
Yeah, you know what? Tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, Borussia Dortmund and Leipzig. And as you know, my original pick for this game was to take Holland to have over 1.5 shot on goal, which could still happen, honestly. But I was reading around, and some people are saying that he's injured, which I still haven't confirmed. But just for the sake of not having to void this pick, I will go with Leipzig team total over 1.5. It's -105 right now. Borussia Dortmund's defense has been so inconsistent for pretty much the entire season. They are not playing well defensively. Plus, on top of all that, they have a lot of injuries still. Offensively, they can score goals definitely, but Leipzig has been playing really well since the coaching change earlier in the season. They are fighting for the Champions League spot for next season as well, and their offense has improved quite a bit as well. So I do think that Leipzig can score 2 goals here, at least 2 goals. Can they defend? I think Borussia gets on the scoreboard as well, so you might take BTTS and over if you don't like Leipzig's team total, but I'm taking Leipzig team total because I think they can score at least 2 goals here without much problems, to be honest.
All right, Bundesliga here. Goran says team total Leipzig here over 1.5 goals, Chris.
Yeah, I am going to go the way that Goran was talking about. I'm doing the Goran special for this one. I'm going to take both teams to score over 2.5 in this one. Just because head to head, last 4 meetings all have had at least 3 goals. 8 of the last 10 meetings have seen both teams score. These are 2 of the more evenly matched teams still throughout the Bundesliga despite all the roster turnover that happens from year to year, especially in European club soccer. So I've got to go with both teams scoring over 2.5 here, -138.
All right, there you go from Chris. And, of course, with Goran with his play here, Leipzig team total over 1.5 goals against Borussia Dortmund here from Bundesliga this weekend. All right, Goran, what do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium? The clubs are back in action.
Yeah, the clubs are back in action, Tony. We got a pretty great weekend, stacked weekend. We got some great derbies going on. In Serie A, we got Barcelona and Sevilla on Sunday as well. I think it's going to be a great weekend. Some teams are fighting to get to that Champions League spot. Well, we have Manchester City and Liverpool within 1 point, and the title race has gotten pretty heated up in the EPL. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to come on top. But as for tomorrow, I will probably have a 3-pack of singles and a 3-pack of doubles going on. There's a lot to choose from, so I'll dig into that after this show, and I'll try to deliver nothing but winners for tomorrow.
That's right. Nothing but winners here for the weekend. Saturday's action. The clubs are back in action. Get on board with Goran over at Pick Dawgz Premium. We'll have his action up there. If you want to go long term, he does have a 1-month all sports pass, $196. All of Goran's plays. Instead of buying them individually, you get the 1-month pass. Every soccer play here from Goran. He covers Euros. He covers a lot of European leagues there, as well as we're kind of getting down. We're only left with the 2. Looks like the playoff games in the World Cup qualifying, down to the few playoff games that are remaining here. So a good time to get on board with Goran with that 1-month soccer pass with him over at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, Goran, we got through the segment now. The big news of the day earlier this morning was the World Cup draw.
Yeah, the World Cup draw, and honestly, I know that we were all expecting kind of a group of death or a dead group or something like that, but I think most of the teams got pretty lucky, and we avoided that dead group. I don't think there is any. How about you, Chris? Do you agree with that?
You know what? I was actually going to ask you the same question because I didn't think there's not your prototypical group of death, like Goran said, where there's 3 world powers in a group. I could say maybe 2. I could tell you offhand, Canada has Belgium, Croatia, and Morocco. So that's only 2. I think I've seen Germany and
Spain.
I want to say it's Germany and Argentina, but I could be wrong.
No, Germany and Spain. That's what I was saying.
Oh, there you go, Germany and Spain. Okay, so yeah, like Goran said, I don't see a prototypical group of death, but I don't know.
Although U.S. fans may think they in the U.S. in a group of death because you got Portugal and England looks like going to be in their group, but Iran is the dog in that one.
Yeah, you know what? USA got Iran and England, and they will be playing. It's going to be either Wales, Scotland, or Ukraine. One of those 3 when done. Yeah. When they're done with the playoffs. But you know what? After that group was done, I've seen a million memes going on around Twitter about you and Iran, and people are having a lot of fun with that.
They beat him once. They beat him a few World Cups ago. I remember that one. That game was just ugly as it can be. But anyway, all right. So I've seen the early odds I've seen in the World Cup shows Brazil favored here in this one, plus 300.
I actually have it at plus 500 in my book, but honestly, I would give advantage to maybe England or Belgium ahead of Brazil, to be honest. France, as usual, they are one of the biggest favorites, yeah, but I don't think they can do it twice in a row. I mean, if they do it twice in a row, I don't know.
Okay. This is a very important question here. I think the Europeans will have a disadvantage with this World Cup in Qatar. So would you be looking at a South American country winning?
I don't know why they would have this advantage. I mean, it's not going to be as hot since it's being played in November, but I'm not sure I would look at South American to win the World Cup, to be honest. Maybe Argentina, because they are, in my opinion, they're a bit more consistent than Brazil is, and they have more offensive option and slightly better defense, if you ask me. But honestly, I don't see Brazil winning the World Cup this year.
If you had to bet a continent to win, Chris, I know the continent. There's got to be continent odds out there. Who would you select?
Just from volume, I'd probably say Europe, honestly, just because realistically, I think that gives you your best spot. But I'm with Goran. I know someone's going to probably yell at me in the comments or in the live chat, but I don't understand the hype around Brazil. I personally don't.
It wouldn't be the first time, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. See, but honestly, it's one of those things where Brazil just gets love because of how, the history of the Brazilian soccer team. But this is also a team that continues to underperform once we get into the knockout stages and it's like the round of 16, the quarterfinals. But I would honestly go with Europe, I think, for a continent bet.
And true, it also depends where you're at, right? Out here in North America, Brazil has a huge fan base, believe it or not. I mean, there are passionate fans here. I wouldn't be surprised why here in the U.S. you would find Brazil at a plus 300 price, but then if you get into a book in Europe, it may be a totally different story out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Brazil couldn't win the World Cup when they were playing at home, and like you said, they have a massive fan base in Brazil, right? They got destroyed by Germany, embarrassed by Germany in that World Cup. So I honestly can't say that I expect Brazil to even get to the semifinals and especially to win the World Cup.
Right, Goran, any underdog that you see would maybe worth a deep run in this thing?
I think Denmark has pretty solid roster, and they're playing really well. Christian Eriksen is back, and he's playing in fantastic form. Of course, World Cup is still 6-7 months away, but I think Denmark could do something. They're always around quarterfinals, semifinals, whether that is Euro Cup or the World Cup. And honestly, I think they are good enough to have an impact in this World Cup.
And one of the teams that seems to be competing, they always look great in group stage, is Netherlands.
Yeah, Netherlands has gotten pretty lucky in this draw. They got Qatar, Ecuador, and Senegal, to be honest. And I would say that could be the easiest draw that happened in this World Cup groups. But they have also made a coaching change recently. They are not looking the best, but like I said, it's still like 7 months away. So who knows? Maybe they can get into shape and get some good results.
All right, that was Goran here. Check him out over at Pick Dawgz. Pay him a lot of coverage, a great summer, and actually it falls when this Qatar World Cup goes on in November, so a lot of action. Of course, let everyone know, Goran, about your show. I know you do a lot of videos over on Pick Dawgz, as well as your daily your soccer show that runs 7 days a week with Ashley.
Yeah, we are getting ready to make some changes to that live show. We'll start with segments, and we started giving out parlays at the end of every live show every day, pretty much. We had a double for the day, which we hit, and then we also started recording parlay videos daily, Ashley and I, which we had a nice 3-leg parlay for today, which also hit. 9 a.m. tomorrow and Sunday as well. We have two big live shows with a lot of games to talk about. And I think that for tomorrow, Ashley and I talked about it. I think that each of us will give out a nice parlay, and then we'll see who's going to win, who's going to lose in that one.
All right, very good. Tune in tomorrow with Goran and Ashley on their soccer show. All right, Goran, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Enjoy your weekend, guys, and let's win some money.
Let's win some money here. Goran Kucar here on The Drive. So let's continue here with the coverage with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we've got the World Cup did its job. We got 129 likes right now. Still need 21 more. Got 177 people watching. So, guys, we only need about, I'd say, 20% of you that if you haven't hit that like button, just do so. It doesn't cost you a cent. You hit that thumbs up, we get to 150. We'll get you 2 bonus plays for tonight's action, an NHL play that I love, as well as an NBA player prop. And we need about 15 more likes. We just jumped up to 134.
Let's get to those more likes. 15 more likes, guys. We'll get those prop plays and picks from Chris. Let's continue on here and drive. By the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Now it's my turn here. We're going to go with this game between the Raptors and Magic, 7 Eastern time. Features the Raptors. Big favorites here, 11.5, total 217. I'm going to go here with the under in this one, under 217 with the Toronto and the Orlando Magic. And, you know, I looked at this. Well, first off, let's start with the injuries. Always have to refresh this, especially at this time of the day. I want to make sure that we get no surprises here on the injury report. I know for Orlando, Carter, okay, their guy is out. So Carter is out. That's a key. Wendell Carter, that's a key component out for Orlando. That's their score. Suggs has been out. Flynn and Watanabe out here for Toronto, but it looks like the Toronto's core is intact as Van Fleet will be playing in this game. So, but it really comes down to the fact that we are really seeing Toronto defend here. When you look at their 4-game win streak, they sit here giving up 103 points per 100 possessions over that 4-game win streak. Orlando, this is a team that we know that is playoff eliminated. They have not been a really good offensive team. When you look here at they're in a 4-game losing streak, and they're scoring just 103 points per 100 possessions. They're going to have a hard time reaching 100 points here because Toronto is really clamping down defensively, and they're getting ready here for their postseason run. And a look at the standings here shows that they're clear here from that play-in round. At last check here, let's take a look. I believe they were sitting around near the 6th seed, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go ahead and refresh it back up here. Yeah, they're sitting right at the 6th seed. Yeah, they're tied in the loss column with the Chicago Bulls here with 32 losses. They're 3 games in the loss column ahead of Cleveland, so they've got some playing to do if they want that nice little break at the end of the regular season and avoid that play-in round. So they've got to keep playing here, and I think it's the defense, Chris, that's going to drive them here to the finish.
Yeah, Tony, I can't disagree with any of what you just said. I honestly looked at this game, and the first thing I thought of were 2 things. How this game gets to 200 points, let alone 217. And then my immediate thought after that was the team total for the Orlando Magic under. I think it's sitting around 100 points. I could see this one being something like a 108 to 99 style of game or something, or something along those lines where Toronto could get the cover. But I do love the under here. I think it's a defensive battle, and like you said, I think Toronto wants to keep up their defensive form with the playoffs right around the corner.
And that's what's going to keep them. I mean, I don't think they cannot match the scoring that you're going to see from the Philadelphia 76ers, from the Brooklyn Nets, from the Milwaukee Bucks. But the equalizer, something that can keep them within reach of stealing games in the playoffs, Chris, is their defense.
It's the one thing that travels because, like we always say, when teams play on the road, you may not be used to different bounces of the rims, even though the league will always say, oh, they're equal. They're not always equal, and I think that being on different floors can be different offensively, but Tony, like you said, the defense is the one consistent. It's the one thing that travels from gym to gym. It's the one thing you can control, and I think that 100%, that's what's going to keep the Toronto Raptors going as far as the playoffs as they want to go.
Yeah, they got to keep that defense playing sharp here. They're going to keep it that way here, like under 217.5. Now, this one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. Watch it on NBA League Pass channel. I got a 3-pack. Come off a 2-0 day from the NBA here. I've got a 3-pack right now over at Pick Dawgz from all NBA, so get on board with that. Also part of the 2-point cap promotion, so you can match me up with Chris, with Goran, with El Ninos, Big Al McMorty, with Jovan, Tony Brown, and Brad Francis has been red hot as well. So a 2-for-1 cap promotion is your best value over at Pick Dawgz Premium with my 3, 7, and 30-day All Sports Pass. We talked that 30-day All Sports Pass. That covers you the first round of the NBA playoffs. There are going to be 8 series there come April 16th and 17th when they start that Saturday and Sunday around Easter there. Those 4 games Saturday, those 4 games Sunday. Really exciting time as we're getting really close here to the NBA playoffs. As that 1 month All Sports Pass will cover that, as well as the first 3 weeks of baseball. Its first pitch here on April 7th, Thursday. And Chris, I know you had that MLB season pass, right? Preseason special.
Tony, the preseason special. But Tony, like you said, it's one of the I think any of us will tell you. When you hop on long term, and it's especially during baseball season, the amount of volume that you get, because a lot of us, it's all we can focus on, because more often than not, it's the only thing that's really going on consistently. You do have NBA and NHL playoffs, but MLB is just getting into full swing. So sometimes it's the best value in terms of volume that you'll get with us at Pick Dawgz.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So a lot of work involved with studying the pitching staff, pitching the relief pitching. We do it every day, so we get the knowledge is really important as we continue and do it and grind and put the work in and better our knowledge to increase our winnings. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-through. Now it's time for the recap. We did get to the like goal, Chris.
Yes, Tony, that we did. You guys came on strong, so thank you guys for helping us hit our goal. We hit 157, now 158, so we will get you those plays during the recap.
All right, let's get to the recap here. We did promise you Tony Brown's pick. We have Tony Brown's pick for you here. He's going to go with the Golden Knights, the puck line, -1.5 goals, +115 against the Seattle Kraken. Jovan Burts will join us here in this segment. Brad Francis says Lakers money line -105 against the Pelicans. El Ninos, Mavericks laying the 7.5 against the playoff eliminated Wizards. Jovan was on Clippers Bucks under 217.5. Chris was on the Grizzlies +7.5 against the Suns. Goran was saying in his European soccer segment here in the Bundesliga, RP Leipzig, team total over 1.5 goals against Borussia Dortmund. And yours truly here, Raptors Magic under 217.5. Okay, we'll start with Chris of the near pick. Which one do you like the best?
I'm telling you, I gotta again save the best for last. I'm gonna go with that Raptors Magic under 217.5. I think it's just a defensive clinic from the Raptors in this one.
Okay, looking for a defensive style game as well. Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Lakers. The only other time I sided with them, they won. So I'm a side with them again. Desperation time for these guys.
Desperation time for the guys, and of course the supporting cast seems healthy as well. So everyone's getting healthy right at the right time here for this Laker team. And I'm going to go here with the one I like the best in this one. Boy, this is a tough one here. Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and go with Chris's here with the Grizzlies +7.5 against the Suns. Just think it's a little too many points for two teams that have already clinched their seed. And, of course, the Suns' best record, not only in the West, but in the NBA. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. But before we get to the finish, Chris has his picks.
Tony, you scared me for a second there, but that's okay. It's okay. Tony wanted to keep me on my toes, but the first play we'll go with, it's the same play I gave it on Pucking Crazy, but it has shifted. Doesn't mean I like it any less. We're going to go with the over in the Edmonton Oilers and St. Louis Blues NHL matchup. It's simply a case of the over is the common trend between these two teams. Happens a ton. 10-1 in the Oilers' last 11 home games. And the over 9-1-1 in St. Louis's last 11 as a road underdog. These are two teams that can score. They're talented offensively. They're both starting backup goaltenders tonight, and especially for the Edmonton Oilers with Mike Smith, that's not something that you want to see if you're looking to back an under or back a defensive style of game. He cannot stop a beach ball right now. So I gotta go with the over 6.5 or over 7 right now. It's moved up to 7. I still think this one could go 5-4, whichever way you have it ending up. But we're gonna go with the over there. And our NBA player prop, we're gonna go to that Houston Rockets and Sacramento Kings matchup. I'm gonna go with Jalen Green over 3.5 3-pointers. It's currently sitting around plus 140. Now you look at what Jalen Green has done. This is just your prototypical, teams letting it fly after they've been eliminated from the playoffs. And teams like the Houston Rockets with a young core want to give their guys as many reps as humanly possible. And we're seeing Jalen really, really amp up the shooting from outside. And the thing is, he's doing a good job hitting those shots. His last 4 games, he's put up at least 10 3-point attempts in each. He's hit 5 or more in each of those 4 games, including 6 threes made in each of those in each of his last 3 games. So you could take Jalen Green over 3.5 threes to be made at plus 145. I amped it up to over 4.5 threes at plus 325. I think we have a great shot at hitting that player prop tonight. So those are going to be your plays. We're going to take the over in the St. Louis Blues and Edmonton Oilers matchup, and Jalen Green over 3.5 threes at plus 140 and over 4.5 threes at plus 325.
All right, we thank Chris here with the plays. Of course, the audience up there for your contributions with those likes, those thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. That'll do it here for the drive-thru. We'll be back again on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. That'll be Championship Monday. So be sure to tune in. We'll have Handicappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it'll all get started here on the weekends. Be sure to tune in 10 a.m. Eastern time. Mitch, his 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then Joe Madden will join him at 10:05 Eastern with the pick show on the weekends, with the drive-thru cappers guesting in there, delivering live free sports picks for that day's action. Saturday, Sunday, tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from our show tonight. Going to go ahead and bring them in for you right now. Going to wave good evening to you guys. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you guys again